The gas industry company made it very clear there is not enough gas being produced to meet existing demand. And the reality is, in the last few days, I have had major gas users contact my office saying they're finding it getting harder to get the contracts they need. Look at the statement which was put out by Genesis this morning. They cannot get access to the gas that they need, which means they will be burning coal. And coal has twice the emissions of natural gas. So that member and that past government has left New Zealand in a situation where, in order to keep the lights on in our country, the only answer is to burn coal with twice the carbon emissions of natural gas. That is a direct outcome of the last government's policy decisions in 2018. This highlights the importance of New Zealand's natural gas supplies, not only as a firming fuel for our largely renewable electricity sector, but as a vital energy source for our manufacturers and exporters. Natural gas is a key input into the manufacturing of household chemicals, low emissions shipping fuels, fertiliser that improves the yields and productivity of our agriculture sector. It is also used extensively in food processing, particularly in the dairy sector, which is New Zealand's leading export earner. Unlike other countries, natural gas in New Zealand is not exported nor imported. All of the natural gas that is produced in New Zealand is used in New Zealand. Without the policy settings that enable more production, New Zealand's manufacturing base and provincial economies will suffer and our country's competitiveness will decline. The Coalition Government is committed to returning investment confidence in the natural gas sector so we can continue to produce the energy that powers our industries and keeps the lights on when renewables cannot do it alone. The Minister for Resources, Honourable Shane Jones, and I are working on a set of legislative reforms that we look forward to introducing to the House to support the gas sector. This includes taking decisions on the removal of the ban on offshore oil and gas exploration. The lights must stay on. Less natural gas will mean more coal being used to firm our electricity grid, as Genesis confirmed this morning. If it is not gas that keeps the lights on, then it must be coal. That is the reality the situation the country finds itself in. And it is why this coalition government has made urgent decisions on coordinating gas supplies and will lift the 2018 ban.
I would like to say that the Minister certainly loves gas and gaslighting because he's pouring more fuel on the climate crisis. So I've got some questions for the Minister. When is the Minister going to look at the broken electricity market and fix it to make it attractive to build consented renewables? Wind and solar farms can be built tomorrow if needed. Modern, flexible, distributed renewable electricity system is feasible, is simple and can be delivered now. Allow innovation, like incorporating EVs, hot water cylinders, solar plus batteries, cold store in a flexible, distributed energy system. That can be done now. Looking around the House, some politicians need to get their heads above the inversion layer and see what clean air looks like. It looks like renewables. I suggest it would be far better to embrace science-based thinking in transition engineering to build a sustainable future, rather than die as a dinosaur in a climate hell.
The Honourable Shane Jones.
This short contribution to support my ministerial colleague. Today, industry sees the long-term consequences of the shallow emerald mannequin thinking that's driven energy policy for the last 5 or 6 years. Today, industry throughout New Zealand is confronted by the fact, as a consequence of that juvenile, woke-riddled, foolish belief that we don't need our natural resources, that we don't need our natural gas, that we don't need coal has been laid bare. Hopefully these emerald mannequins will retire and let the serious politicians address the unresolved issues in our economy. Of course, Mr. Speaker, any threat to energy security is not only a matter for households, hospitals, schools, it lies at the heart of our industry. when industry is contacting the minister and saying they have doubts as to whether or not they can secure with security industry resources such as fuel, look no further than that side of the House. That side of the House, with their indiscriminate, destructive, refinery-destroying actions, that side of the House with chilling effect, stopping investment, scaring overseas existing investors away, and destroying industry in New Zealand. And for what? For what? This faint green vision that somehow we can keep the lights on with unicorn kisses. Impossible, Mr. Speaker. We need hard-driven trade-off decisions, which is what the Minister and my good self, with appropriate modesty, will be delivering. First, there will be further exploration, delivery and investment in oil and gas. It lies at the heart of the nation's fiscal solvency and the nation's productivity. And yes, if they meet the criteria, Mr. Speaker, they will get a permit in a rapid period of time, just as sun will, just as wind will. And tell me this, Mr. Speaker, those who are opposed to resilience and energy security, name me one bill that has been passed by that side of the House to deliver rapid, clean, green energy investments. No, you can't. No, you can't. Oh, we are going to hear about a pipeline of black rock investment, but no consents. We're going to hear about a pipeline of climate change dreams, but absolutely no content. That's why, sir, the actual body of officials and stakeholders that are being stood up this Friday, they're going to go to the heart of the issue. They're not going to write any more policy seance scripts. They're not going to tolerate any more long, protracted working groups. We're going to have a working party about gas transition. By 2030, we're going to get rid of all fossil fuels. Pipe dreams that deserve the outcome that was visited on the other side of the House, permanent opposition. We, however, sir, are going to ensure that this group creates concrete steps that will deliver not only certainty to industry, but they will be able to rely upon a fast-track regime that will be accompanied by new legislation reopening oil and gas. Not juvenile, foolish tiddlywink games on the other side of the House. They will also see, sir, that there will no longer be this cumbersome, throttling, burdensome obligation upon the industry. There will be balance. And sir, when that happens, not only will there be gas to ensure we avoid energy blackouts, but there will be confidence back in investors in New Zealand, industry in New Zealand, hospitals and schools, because they realise that all the green mannequin thinking has gone by the way. The grown-ups are in charge. Energy's on the way.